Hi, this is JilliBling of JilliBling.com, and I have a project today that I'd love to share with you. This is using microbeads, and a few of you girls have done it before, and we used a smaller type microbead. Trying to find them online was challenging, so I did find these, and these are used for weighted blankets. And it also uses chocolate foil wrappers that we seem to have quite a few of lately. So I'd like to do something like a similar version of this card. And I'll show you the other ones. Isn't that one pretty? And there's this one. Look at that. I had no idea all those dies were included in there. And then the birthday chick and hey chick. And then here's this one. So these here, see all of these foils? All of these foils were used. I'm looking for similar colors. See these colors here? It's just strips of dark almond roca. That's Kirkland chocolate, Dove chocolate, but see the same colors? I was just picking out orange colors that kind of matched in between these two colors, the Poppy Parade or the Mango Medley. So there's those. And then I put on a few of these green beads and some rhinestones and some little pearls. So there's that one. Started out with just foils. And I'll show you just a few of these other ones. There's this one. I was trying to do all golds. And that's this card. I think this right here was Ghirardelli, which is what the blue is. And then these purples and blues. That is this one right here. Oh, this one will be a good one to show you. So see this right here? It says Butterfinger. That is what you see peeking through right here. So you're kind of getting an idea of what's going on here. The purple one is, oh, that goes with the blue one. So I'm going to put all the pieces in there. And since we've done this, it seems like whenever we start doing this, the family starts collecting foils, and I get lots of foils. As a matter of fact, these just came by. So I'll put these in the bag so someone might use these. And you know, at first you think, oh, that's Reese's, but pretty soon you'll start looking at it for, oh, those gold colors are different, and that could be nice, and just coming up with a combination of the colors of the foil. And you can use these plastic type foils, but you just need help getting them to tear. And there's some that are like completely plastic. I'll show you that's what we'll be working with today. So let's copy something like that. And Sweet Sampler is a host set, and this flower is from here. And you saw the dragonfly and branches, and then we'll use some words from Petal and Parcels. Okay. So here's some papers. So fold the base paper in half. I think it needs to go this way because the flowers are so long. This will be inside papers. That we can attach now, the mango. You know, we can attach the inside one also. You know, I'm going to leave it loose. I'll make it easier to stamp on the white. And this white is for under the flowers. That can be attached. And the Poppy Parade narrow strip can be attached. And this is going to have a ribbon around it. This is for the micro beads. So these pieces will go here. And with this die, which comes from Stitch So Sweetly, I'm going to cut out one piece in Poppy. Oh, stop that. And then I'm going to stamp the birthday cheer. I'll do some different words this time. How about thank you? A little crooked, but with the die, I can straighten that out. Okay, and then I'm going to cut one in Poppy. Still wet. So here they are. So for the words, because these are the same size, I'll take this die cut piece, cut right down the middle, put adhesive on the back side of the words, and then just kind of space it out a little bit to put a border around the words so that they could be seen. Okay, so that's going to go on here. So how about the flowers? Let's do the flowers. So in Old Olive, I'm going to stamp this flower because I want it to have green stems. And it's okay if I go off the edge because see on this one how it has colored flowers? That will cover up this flower. So I'll clean this off. My thing is a little dry. So microbeads, I found those on Amazon, and I could provide a link if you'd like. I had to buy quite a few of them. Like I said, they're used for weighted blankets. So I got, I think it's like 15 pounds of them. And then we're going to be using some, I call it orange tape. It just has an orange coating on it. And that, I had to go to Tape Jungle to find that because Amazon had it, but they didn't have it thick enough. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out right there. It's going to go on there eventually. And it's okay to cut over the green flower because I know that's going to be covered up with a pretty yellow-orange flower. Let's see, is this going to be big enough for the flowers? Yeah, that's just fine. Okay, so for the flowers, I have two different colors here, Mango Medley and Poppy Parade. Melody, not medley, melody. So I'm going to take the lighter color, and you could do this with any two colors you like. Get it full of ink. Poppy Parade, a little bit darker color. I have a sponge dauber, and I'm going to apply just a little bit of color on the inside of the flower. Okay. And stamp it. Isn't that pretty? That's how I got the two different colors on there. So I will cut out these flowers. And attach them. A little bit of adhesive. You could use liquid glue too, it doesn't matter. Perfect bouquet. Just like that. I'll put that on dimensionals. And then I'm going to put a glue dot here at the bottom, just because I don't want it sticking out like a diving board. I'm rolling that up, that glue dot. Okay, so this will go on here. Okay. And not quite sure about the words yet. So let's work on the microbeads. That's what the black paper is for. So the microbeads, and I'll have step-by-step directions on this, but you need to get full coverage of adhesive on your black paper. And I could see that I missed a little bit there, so I'll put more. But it's really important to get it right to the edges of this black paper. You can see that I've got a strip right here, not covered. Yep, it's getting on my scratch paper. Okay, and there might be a few little slits where there's no adhesive, but that's okay. On the inside. On the outside, you want 100% coverage. And if you don't have an adhesive remover, got to get one. It's going to get rid of this excess adhesive. Okay, so there's that. So now we're going to lay the foils. And when you're choosing your foils, this card, when you think about it, the flowers are yellow-orange, so it would be nice to have a color opposite or kind of blending with it, because I want this to be the star of the card. Here's another example. So right when you look at this card, what do you see? You see the dragonfly because of the purple wings. That's the intent. This project, that looks like maybe sky in the background, and the white really shows. Blues and purples, the yellow shows up great against that. So you could see how the foil, I choose opposite colors of what the focal point is. Look at that little ladybug, so cute. And once again, like green grass, and then the chicken really stands out. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to choose colors probably not orange. How about, I picked out a few here. These are kind of in neutral colors. So, Hershey's Milk Chocolate Nugget. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and just tear it and put it here on all of this sticky adhesive, maybe a hint of blue. And it's not so much for what it is. Usually we read in dark chocolate, sea salt, caramel. That doesn't matter. Right now we're here just for this blue color. And if you want, see how it says Ghirardelli right there? I might have a little bit of that show, just so I could say, yeah, that's a foil from a chocolate candy. Because most people, they say, what are you talking about? You use candy foils. And you can use paper, just plain paper, but it won't shine and glimmer as much as if you use foils. So this is a foil, but it's more of a plastic one. So you have to kind of start it and then tear it. And you could go in whatever pattern you want. This, it looks like I'm kind of having it lean downward a bit, but you could have it in like chunks this size if you wanted. This is just plain old silver. And not really wanting the green, but I like the white and the silver. I'm going to trim this. And I'll put the green back in there because the green will look really nice on something else. And again, this is the plastic type foil. So I have to get it started. I don't want that flat edge showing. Okay, not the green. Maybe a little bit of gold. This is Trader Joe's. What's this? So yeah, this is another blue, but see how it's different than the Ghirardelli blue? Oop, I'm going to end up with a little purple in there. That's okay. So you just want your black paper completely filled, and we'll trim off the edges in just a minute. And as you can see, it doesn't need to be planned. Just going for colors. Be nice right here. I think these are already stuck down. Ooh, look at that. That was lucky. I didn't push it down. Okay, maybe I could use this one somewhere else. And this will be cut off. So maybe that could go over here. I just have 2 more spots to fill in. And after you get the micro beads on, everything is kind of changed around. You can't really see unless you look for like the Reese's logo. Unless you know what you're looking for, you can't tell. Okay, so I think that looks good. Oh, here's one over here. Right here. Maybe this light blue. Okay, so when you look at the pile compared to the pile I started with, I didn't use much at all. At all. Okay, so now that you have your black paper and it's filled with foils, take your bone folder and kind of make sure that they're stuck into the stickiness. Okay. And then if there's any big pieces, like, can you see how this one is kind of flopping up? I'm going to trim that. What other one? This one here. It's okay if it flops just a little bit. I like how the white laying across the black looks. Oh, I like that feather leaf looking thing. So trim off the top pieces and then flip it over and trim the whole perimeter. And your neighbor sitting next to you might want some of these little pieces, but if you don't have a neighbor sitting next to you helping you out, just toss them out. The bigger pieces we'll keep for another time. And when you do this trimming, it's important to get it right against the edge of the black. Otherwise, when you put this piece on your card, if it's not straight, it will make your card look a little bit crooked. So I can see there's a little bit more over here. What is that? That goes away. Okay, so there is that. And your adhesive remover probably have little glue on it from trimming the edge of the black paper. So we'll be using that quite a bit. We'll use it again after we trim off the next layer of adhesive. Okay, so after all that, this is what we have. So next is what I was referring to as orange tape. This, years ago, I found it at Michael's, and that's 1 inch. This is what Amazon has, and this one is 1/2 inch. And this is what I found at Tape Jungle. It's 1 1/4 inch, and they go all the way up to like 5 inches, but it's really expensive. So I was thinking 1 1/4 inch is good. Maybe 2 inch might be good. But then if you had a paper that's a little bit narrow, such as this piece, it would be too wide and you'd be trimming off a lot and throwing it away. So this piece of paper, the width is 1 3/4. So these two together perfectly match that, which is convenient. In this project box, there will be all 3 of these sizes, and any of the projects that I have as a sample, you'll be able to achieve the perfect width. Okay, so to attach this orange tape, it's super sticky. So if you're aware of that, it probably won't be a problem, but don't let it touch paper. If you can, maybe work on a plastic surface because it's really sticky. So let me make sure you could see this. I'm lining up the tape, trying to know where to cut it, and I have it just a little bit over the edge, and I'm going to cut it right here. So I'm cutting maybe an extra 1/8 of an inch. Okay, and now I'm going to put it right on top of the foils. And as soon as it gets close to touching, hopefully you've got it right in place because there's no lifting it up. Okay, so that's good. So then the same process with this little bit narrower. See the orange on there? I need just a little bit more. If I put the whiter stuff, I'd just be throwing it away. So put it right against here. Then trim it. And you could tell I did just a little excess because having a little bit extra is better than not enough. And I'm going to put it right up against the edge here. If you don't have them touching, if you have a gap in there, if the gap is smaller than the size of the microbead, no problem. If the gap is bigger than the microbead, you might maybe put some liquid glue in there, but you will need your paper 100% covered. Okay, then take your bone folder and really stick that orange tape into your foils. And don't worry, in the end it won't have this orange hue. Once I pull off the coating, it will be bright and crisp. The tape ends up being clear. And I'm purposely focusing on pushing the orange tape down on the edges. Okay. Now, time to trim once again. So can you see right here where I'm going to trim off the orange tape? And also over here I see a few pieces of foil that are kind of popping through. I'll trim those. Okay, so there it is, all trimmed. So on some of the first projects I did, the microbeads, which would be next, I just put the microbeads on after I pulled off these tapes. Then as each of the projects went along, so first I did the chickens. These are just microbeads on top of the foil after peeling off the orange tape. Where's the other chicken? Microbead only. Then I got a little bit more brave and I put these little stars. Can you see them sparkling in there? And those are just, I have a big box of old embellishments. Here's some little hearts, but just whatever you have around. So these had stars on them. I put the stars on, then I put the microbeads. This project has nothing other than microbeads. This one I put rhinestones on, a few beads on, a few of these frosted gems, then the microbeads. This one has gems and beads. So let's do gems and beads again. So it's time to pull off the orange tape, and it's a good thing that it's in two separate pieces. If I pulled off both pieces, everything, I'll show you, it would be super sticky. So I'm suggesting to leave on either the big piece of orange tape or the little piece temporarily. Okay, so off goes the plastic protector. So if I did not have this here, I could not hold it because it sticks everywhere. It's very sticky. So what should we do? How about, where's that basket again? How about some rhinestones? And should we do some hearts? Rhinestones and hearts. And these are just rhinestones that I had for decades. And even if they don't have the sticky on them, it's okay, because the orange tape is plenty sticky. I'm just putting them random places. And then these hearts, I know that they're like one heart equals, it's like a stack of 4 or 5 of them. So I'm going to try to separate them, maybe. Maybe that one's okay. So I'll just put some of these on. And at this point, you really can't see them because they're clear. But after you put the microbeads on over the top, then you could see them a little bit better. Just making sure I don't have any. Yeah, like this one is a stack of 2. Just a few cute little hearts. So now that I have something I can hold on to, I'm going to remove this other tape and decorate that side just a little bit. So maybe some of these hearts. Now you know why I said keep that orange tape on, because it's very sticky, which is what we want. Okay, and maybe a few more rhinestones over on that side. So whatever you have laying around is good. Okay, that will do. Okay, so next step is the microbeads, which is fun. Microbeads. So I have this little tray from a long time ago, and the beads, I have them double bagged, because if these were to get out, or if I got a hole in this bag, that would be a mess. So I'll put this in here. Oop, they're jumping out all over my workspace. That should be enough. They're everywhere. Okay, so just kind of push them into place. I need something to scoop them. Post-it. The not sticky side is going to be my scoop. Probably should get some more out from the bag, but they were they're going everywhere. Oh, that's better without the sticky on it. Okay, this isn't working. I need like a little scoop. Here's my scoop. Oh, that's better. Much better. And push them in to every little bit of stickiness from the orange tape. Okay, I think that will do it. Then knock off the excess. Look at that. Isn't that cool? And it's strangely heavy. Emma is here. She came last night for a little weekend visit. She was out there doing homework, but I don't know. Now she's in her room with the door closed. Maybe I was too loud. Maybe she thought she was too loud. Either way, it's good to have her here. Okay, so there it is. And you can see how I'm wiping the beads off of the edges. And at first I'm like, hey, if you want to stick, that's great. But when you have little beads on the edges and you lay it on your card, it makes it look like you didn't cut your paper straight. So you don't have to get everyone off the edge, but just any ones that are really sticking out. Okay, so microbeads done. Okay, so that will go onto here. See, now that one's a little wild. Do you think it's distracting? Maybe this will have to go right here. Calm it down. So you can hardly even see that that says the Ghirardelli. I think we did Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. We did Trader Joe's on there. Yeah, this one's a little crazy. Okay, so turn it over. And chances are, yes, beads are going to come off. And if they come off, just kind of gather them up. Put them back in the tray. Oop, wrong adhesive thing. Lots of adhesive. And that will go onto here. And that's going to go on here. Let me get some of these little beads that are everywhere. You'll probably be finding them for weeks. Okay. There's that. And to calm it down, I'm thinking that the black is a little bit too strong, so I'm going to purposely put my words over the top to calm it down a bit. And for a ribbon, I had planned on using this, but I think that's too loud. I think I'm going to go with something white to tone it down a bit. How about this? That's what I used here. Oh, I know. My favorite ribbon. I use this ribbon all the time. Maybe I'll just make a little bow for underneath the thank you. Just a simple little bow. So microbeads is fun to do, but just think of it as do-it-yourself designer paper, because you're creating a lot of interest in there. It's shiny and glimmery like many nice designer papers are. But at first it really overwhelmed me until I started thinking of it as designer paper. I like it over there. I don't want it to cover up the words. Or maybe if it's a little lower. Yeah. Here? Okay. So I'll attach the microbeads paper. Oop. More beads are falling off. And in the description of this video, I will put a link to Amazon to get the narrow tape, a link to Tape Jungle, which is where I got the wide orange tape, and a link to where I got the beads, just in case you want to do this, because it is a lot of fun. I think it's more fun how it looks, more fun as in us having fun with beads. The look is okay, but it's a lot of fun. Well, that's just fine. Okay, I still have some sticky on there. Okay, so now for the inside. On this one, oh, there was Marcie Besecker. She made a card similar to this using designer paper. And I found her card on Pinterest, and I just followed the layout from my card here today. So thank you. And on the inside, let's work on inside. Do you notice these little flowers? You know how I did them too, huh? How about in Old Olive, Somebody Loves You Lots and Lots. And then let's do these multicolored flowers. So once again, we'll use Poppy Parade and Mango Melody. So we'll go in the lighter color first. Emma, you could stay out here. You could come and wave. Wave right over here. No? Okay.
I was watching videos and I needed it to be a little louder because he was quiet and mumbling, so.
Okay. Okay. She's back. So you saw how I did the dauber to get the two colors on the one stamp. Nice. Then stamp off on your scratch paper, just because I don't want to carry any of this poppy ink into the lighter color mango pad. A little bit of color. Stamp it off. Go into the lighter color poppy. And there it is. That's pretty, huh? Okay. Tape is out. Yeah, those foils are a little crazy. If I had it to do again, it's still cool looking. Okay, so there it is. This one and this one. And in the project box will be all the other samples and supplies too. I'll put links to Amazon and Tape Jungle on my blog and also in the description on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. I will put all of the cut paper sizes and products used on my blog, which is JilliBling.com. Have a great day. Bye.